Hi, my name is April, and I'm the Peaceful Wife. We are going to talk about the TV and how many of us wish that our husbands or boyfriends would stop watching TV, pay attention to us. Everything would be so much better, right? Well, earlier in our marriage, I felt this way too, and I thought my husband watched way too much TV. Way too much. In fact, I wanted to throw the TV out the window, or I would pray even that all of the TVs in the house would break. And I didn't want my husband to watch TV anymore because I was convinced that it was more important to him than I was. And so I would demand that he stop watching TV and pay attention to me. Well, that didn't work. And the real issue was not the TV. The real issue was my disrespect and that I was trying to control my husband. I mean, he does still watch a good bit of TV. If it were up to me, we probably wouldn't own a TV because I'm not into the TV at all, but he likes it. So, as a godly wife, I don't control my husband. God gives each person their own free will, and each person gets to make their own choices. They get to choose to spend their time with God or not. They get to choose how they spend their time. They get to choose their priorities. I get to choose my priorities. I get to choose what I do, what I don't do. And my husband chooses what he wants to do and what he doesn't do. I can influence him. I can ask him for things. I can, make him an offer on things or something, but I can't make him do what I want. That's not healthy, and it won't work. So, plus, if he does what I want just because I try to force him into it, it won't mean anything anyway. So instead of crying, I used to cry on his shoulder, cry because he was watching a football game and he wasn't paying attention to me. Sometimes I'd go in the next room and cry, and then I'd be even more upset because he didn't come in the room to check on me. That does not draw a man to you. Think of the Audrey Hepburn movies from decades ago. The women during that time, they had poise and grace and femininity, and they generally were not desperate, needy, clingy, demanding attention, demanding affection. So what I do now is if my husband's watching TV, which he does, that's fine. I leave that up to him and God. And I figure when God is ready for him to stop watching TV, if that's what God wants, God will convict him and then he'll sell the TVs or whatever. So that's between him and God. But in the meantime, if he's watching TV and I want to be with him, I just go sit beside him and read or something and enjoy just being with him. Women, we want to bond with words. And when I used to live at home and at college with my twin sister, we talked all the time. And when we had roommates, 4 of us girls, we talked and talked and talked all the time. And I thought when we got married that from the time we got home from work until the time we turned out the light for bed, that we would talk and talk and talk and connect and bond emotionally and spiritually all the time. And guys don't need that. In fact, it's a little much for them sometimes. They bond more by doing shoulder-to-shoulder things without so much talking. So I have learned to just go be wherever he is, sit with him quietly, and smile at him, and not in a pressuring kind of way, but just enjoy being with him. And then I'll go do something else. I'll go do my blog or take care of the kids or do chores or whatever. And it works much better. Now, sometimes if I want to talk to him about something, I'll say, I would love to talk to you about something. Let me know when is a good time for you. Is this, if this is a good time, I'd love to talk to you. And that works really well. But I don't ask him to commit to 2 hours of me talking. I'll say sometimes, do you have 5 or 10 minutes that I could talk to you? And usually he finds 5 or 10 minutes, and usually it ends up being longer than that. Actually, now I can talk to him almost any time, and We have great conversations, very in-depth conversations. The TV is still on, yes, but I get my connection with him too because I'm approaching him in a respectful way instead of a demanding, controlling, smothering, angry kind of way. Men respond much better to a friendly expression, smiles, genuine affection instead of manipulation and anger and contempt. So also, now if I'm feeling lonely or something, I'll say, I'm feeling lonely, would you please hold me for a few minutes? Although now things are so much better that I can usually just go sit beside him in the bed, lay down beside him, cuddle with him. I don't usually have to even ask. But I'm not pressuring him. I'm not forcing him into anything. And now if I am at the computer still, like after 10 o'clock, he'll come looking for me a lot of times. I'll say, are you about done? I want to spend some time with you. That never happened before when I was so demanding. So if the TV thing is an issue, or the iPad, or the TV and the iPad, the TV, the iPad, and the phone all at the same time, try just being beside him and enjoying that. Have a book, have something to do if you like to sew or crochet or whatever, a hobby, and sit and enjoy being with him. Just enjoy being in the same room. And then as he feels more, less pressured, he may be willing to have more conversation. That would be great. And if you can, just smile at him every once in a while. Just bless him without trying to get him to do things for you. And you'll see that it probably makes a big difference. You can find me at my blog, www.peacefulwife.com.